Hey, Drake, is we in here or no?
What it do?
What's going on? Happy Thursday.
Man, happy it is.
It is. It's the Single Mommy Hustle.
Let's do it.
This is our first episode of Coach and Sunshine Conversations. People always ask me, you and Drake y'all be talking to y'all, what's going on? I said, no, we don't kick it like that. That's my homie. Well, what is it like talking to Drake? I said, like talking to myself for an hour.
They can't get enough. I don't blame them. They can't get enough of these amazing conversations.
They don't know.
And it's easy for us, right?
But they really don't know. We could be talking about a cheeseburger and be talking for 45 days.
You hear me?
It turned into everything.
Yep.
So what we talking about today, Drake?
Well, we gonna do us.
Okay, I'm ready.
We gonna talk.
So, I recently watched Malcolm and Murria.
Don't do that.
Did you watch it?
Are you ready to unpack?
No, but
Are you really ready to unpack?
Oh God, am I really ready to unpack? You know that movie had me clutching my imaginary pearls. It had me clutching my imaginary pearls multiple times. I was like, this is a little triggering, a little traumatizing. I
got so much to say.
Mm-hmm.
Not the podcast. I'm just on this. I got so much. That movie. I don't even know if you call it a movie.
It was a movie. It was more like an extended play or dual monologue. It was deeper than just a play.
That work of art.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
First of all, Zendaya.
I thought Spike did it.
Okay.
100.
It was heavy.
But if that ain't that man's son, though.
Baby. He sound like him, walk like him. Even some of the pictures in his tone. I was like, wait a minute. I had to look back at the TV. Like, is that Denzel? What is his name? John David Washington. And
then don't forget about sis. I don't know her name.
Zendaya. Zendaya.
Well, my guy told me because I wasn't even hip.
Mm-hmm. She a Nickelodeon kid.
Oh, real?
Yeah.
Okay.
She started out with Nickelodeon.
Well, it take two to tangle. So the way that, to me, they both complimented each other.
Oh, my God. They did an amazing job.
That was the best job of dysfunction I've ever saw in my life.
But why are you saying dysfunction? Because I didn't feel, okay, toxic a little, right? But it was so real.
It was masterful. Like, I'm not saying like dysfunction, like it wasn't good. Like, it's like for me, mm-hmm. They went, I don't know who, I got to find out who directed it, honestly. I didn't research it.
I didn't read the credits either.
Yeah, for whoever did that, that was genius to go into everybody's household. And because I don't care who you are, you want to act high and mighty if you want to, but all of us have done what you saw.
Most definitely.
In that movie.
Most definitely. So I had posted on Facebook, is this, because after I got done clutching my imaginary pearls and fighting tears, because I was like, damn, that's me, ouch. I actually saw myself in both of them at different points.
Me too.
Okay?
Yeah, keep it a buck. Like, me too. I did too.
It was like, okay, wait a minute. How do I do trauma-informed work and provide trauma-informed services if I may be abusive?
Well, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
No, look.
I didn't even have really nothing to say to what you were saying. I'm just, again, even in the conversation, you could tell they got everybody, our brains fire in all these different ways. So I'll let you go ahead and finish.
So when I made the post on Facebook, I asked the question, is this Malcolm and Murria an extension of Love Jones? Or no?
We won't appreciate it now, and somebody's gonna drag me for what I'm about to say, but
I'm ready.
They smashed Love Jones, bro.
Okay.
If you really want to go into what they really did,
okay,
how they displayed what a relationship really is. See,
okay.
See.
So you understanding what
yeah,
I'm,
they
where
smashed
I'm going with that.
Love Jones. Like if you're talking about the love and the sensitive and the highs and the intimates and all of the pretty stuff, then of course Love Jones always goes stand alone.
I told my homegirl yesterday, I said, because she was like, I don't want to watch that because I just saw the trailer and it was like just watching the long argument. I said, it's beyond a long argument. It makes you do an introspective look at yourself. She said, well, I haven't seen Love Jones. I only saw Love and Basketball. I said, perfect. For both movies,
Okay.
Malcolm and Marie is the portion that was taken out.
There you go.
Of Love
That's
Jones and Love and Basketball. From the time on Love and Basketball, they had the one-on-one basketball game to him being at the sidelines with the baby. From the argument on Love Jones to in between her and him reconnecting when she did her first poem and they was kissing in the rain. That in between moment is Malcolm and Marie.
Well, they show everyone else shoots the sexy.
Yeah.
They shot the per se non-sexy, but the non-sexy was so sexy.
Yeah. It was still sexy
because it was real.
Yeah.
It was honest.
And so it's toxic as fuck, but you could still see how they balanced each other out, how they got each other, how they had a mutual understanding, and they challenged each other's growth.
Did he? And there's layers. There's so many layers.
So many layers, like an onion.
Did he unpack her though in the bathtub scene?
Oh my god! Oh, great.
Did he? I was like, you know what? Checkmate.
No, I was like, nigga, you wrong. I was like, you can't use the things that I tell you, and you already used it in your film.
True.
Okay, you already exposed my intimacy that I shared with you in the film.
True.
Now you gonna throw it up in my face like a triple whammy?
But had he not done it that way, like if that just would have been the organic, if he would have came in the house and she was already in the bathtub and taking her bath and having her glass of wine, they got into it on some other situation. The way that what he said, if you get away from all that, what he said, that is so true. Just in the sense of people just refusing, like they get so used to something being horrible, they can't accept nothing that's good.
That part. Okay, because when he said to her, you want to be needed, he said you want the control because you want to be needed, but you don't realize I just love you.
Period.
Because I love you.
It's like, not and I'm a guy, but when he's saying it, I'm sitting up here like,
he was like, I don't want to need you. I just want to love you. I was like, oh God, I cannot.
I think I'm pretty doggone good with communication, but I ain't expressed. That was the best recent explanation for unconditional that I done saw in a film.
That's real. And then the other part is, if we be honest, so beyond the Love Jones and the Love and Basketball, if we be honest about the current state of dating, you dating, I'm dating, we're not, it is realistic to be honest about your trauma.
Yeah. Bingo.
Because trauma triggers fight, flight, or freeze.
Mm-hmm.
So she came in froze. In the very beginning, she came in stiff, numb. I thought she was cheating. Did you? I didn't get that.
Well, I didn't say I thought she was cheating, but I'm like, why is she so, like, I didn't know how to take the beginning of the movie. I'm like, is she already, like, are they coming in leading that she's already turned off and she doesn't want him anymore? Then I thought, okay, remember the scene where he's in the kitchen?
Yeah.
I don't know if she had a skirt on or what, but he's underneath her skirt or whatever the case. And I'm like, well, is she already seeing somebody else? I went through so many things because it was like this blank, monotone, drab, gothic expression.
And so I'm happy you saying that, because for a woman, I already knew the way that she was moving when she walked in. Like, it's something bothering me, but I can't say anything. Because this is his moment. This is our time to be happy together right now. I'm supposed to be whatever he needs me to be right now. And my feelings need to just be ice cold.
I didn't catch that until later, until he actually started revealing what he felt with the, ceremony or whatever that had happened. But I didn't catch that in the first scene, in the opening scene.
Yeah, I did. I was like, something happened. I'm like, where they coming from? But he was dancing and all happy, and she was just going through the motions, just taking care of the business. And a lot of times we do that. Women, we do that. We have to compartmentalize so much. And I'm not saying that men don't, but in watching this film, I totally got it straight from the beginning. Like, something happened. She's not okay. Somebody offended her. He offended her. Something happened.
Sidebar, you just finally helped me catch the vibe that I was trying to. I knew it was something about him. That scene where he's dancing.
Yeah.
I couldn't identify it. It's Childish Gambino.
What
you
mean?
Ever seen his video Sober?
No, I haven't seen that video.
That's exactly.
Dang.
I knew it was an energy. I was like, man, this is so dope. Like with him, he couldn't dance worth a lick, but it just was what he was feeling.
Yeah.
He was in his moment. It was Childish Gambino Sober. Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, but that's cool though. So now I got to go watch it.
Yeah, Childish Gambino Sober. It's gonna make you feel real good.
I like Childish Gambino too. So yeah, but I think like through that whole journey, my homegirl who I was talking to about it, she was like, in the work that we do, I don't want to watch more trauma. When we off the clock, when we find that time to balance out and even out in the evening or whatever, she was like, you watch murder mysteries. I do. I love them. I love, the true stories or whatever the case. But she was like, I can't do it. I have to turn off. And so I don't want to watch it because the trailer made me feel like it was going to be inheriting, and taking on more trauma. And I was like, but it wasn't that. See, I'm so into like the psychological part and the thinking part and the process part and the growth part. Like, what do we learn from this part? You know what I mean?
No doubt. I didn't ponder on the movie for a few days after watching it. That's how strong it was for me. I don't do that. Like,
what was you pondering, Drake?
What you said a few minutes ago. To be real, I saw myself in both characters.
They was playing some sick games though.
Huh?
They was playing some sick games.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even like with her. It wasn't like I saw myself like going back to the bathtub scene. It wasn't that or the lack of being able to accept. It wasn't none of that stuff. What it more was the way they was arguing. I told the person I actually was watching it with, shout out to question mark.
Hey, question mark.
But I told the person I was watching, I was like, man, he gotta have a headache. You never been so in love with somebody that you will argue all the way till y'all got headaches and blood pressure up and all of that. So, and then it was funny, like watching the pendulum swing, watching them argue, insult, cuss, fuss, break stuff, which they didn't actually break anything. Yeah. But you get my point. And then all of a sudden now he's laying on the floor talking to her so calm, and she's sitting cradle across his lap.
Perfect.
And then they get ready to have sex, and you think this explosive moment is about to? Here's the calm after the storm. They about to get down, and he takes a 2-minute walk to whatever he went and come back. Her brain already done ran so quick that now she like, can I talk to you about something? And I was like, are you kidding me?
The part that got me, so 2 things with what you just said. So the one part when he got so frustrated, he went outside and was just kicking and punching the air. I said, he did that so beautifully. First of all, to express and display how you just want to hit something, fight something, but I can't hit her, right? And I probably already hurt her enough with my words. I just need to go outside. Like, that was beautiful and amazing within itself. But then his voice, I just keep hearing his voice because he sounds like a young Denzel. It was crazy to me. Like, how did he? Well, I guess that's his daddy, right? So
but
you know
still,
what he sound like.
but fair. I mean, but still, like going to your point because you mentioned it earlier. So okay, because you've met him.
Who?
all these years, like people be like, man, you just like your daddy. You look
yeah.
like your daddy. You this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And I it's true. You know what I'm saying? But I've never been able to look at another set.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Seen that.
So now I'm sitting up there like, this what they mean.
Yeah.
Because his mannerisms, like when he would say, like I almost thought Dog was be like, all of you, you know what I'm saying? Pelican Bay.
Right.
Like his whole way when he delivered what he delivered, he got the voice, the nonverbal communication is Denzel, the mannerisms, the energy charged statements. You know what I'm saying? He could say what he want. Like, unfortunately, this is the sad part of it, and I've been through this too. He's gonna have a hard time getting credit for being John Denzel Washington.
I don't think so.
Or John David Washington.
John David Washington is not. I don't think so because he is still him, and he still put his own spin on that thing because it's still a separation.
I agree.
I can't say that right.
But he's so much his daddy's son.
You your daddy's son. But you still Drake.
I'm telling you
Junior.
from experience. he is the son of arguably the greatest,
that part.
like bar none, the greatest black actor of all time. But he's arguably the son of the greatest actor of all time. And his not etiquette, what do they call it? His whatever, as an actor, it's literally, I mean, it's him.
Yeah.
I could see elements too that it's like, no, he carved that out himself. Like, that's him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so much, you can see so much of his father in him.
The other thing was when they were, heavy petting and kissing and getting into the moment, and he was like, I gotta pee. Please, don't move. Don't move. I'll be right back. Stay right there. Don't think about nothing else. Just stay focused on this right here. I'll be right back. He was peeing so fast. He was peeing so fast. And I related to that because that has been me. Like the millisecond you get out of my energy range and I can't connect with you because you're just in the bathroom peeing. And my brain goes back to that issue or pain or thought.
Yeah.
It's so hard. And when he came back and he was like, baby.
No. Me being the guy, I'm with you on yours. Mm-hmm. I almost laughed because it was not even funny scene.
Laugh.
But when he came out and he looked and he slid down, before he even slid down the wall, I was like, all right, man, damn, bro.
I did laugh because I was like, damn, you hard on him. You so hard on him.
But you know why I laughed too? Because this is what was funny but sad. Remember, I'm a very detail-oriented person, especially with movies. They started that argument at 2 a.m. Mm-hmm. They referenced it in the movie.
They did, 2 a.m.
So even though, we watched 1 hour.
No, they went for about 2
hours. That was about 5:30, 6 a.m. when they was still going.
Yeah.
Like, they had argued all night.
Yeah.
And I've been there too.
Mm-hmm. I have not been there in a very long time, and I'm thankful.
No.
Very thankful. But the part for the self-reflection with me, and I'm going to leave this alone, is you have your own issue. And yeah, you may have felt a little offense in a moment, right? But you ultimately have your own issue, and then you project that BS and foolishness onto your partner at the wrong time.
Fair.
So that was my lightweight self-reflect. Like, oh, ouch.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say fair.
Drake, I got something to say to you, though.
What's up?
Okay, I've been waiting to tell you this all week. You ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. Did I lose it? I think I lost it. Oh, I'm ready. What's a ninja's favorite type of shoes?
Oh, this is like a riddle. I'm not good at these. What is a ninja's favorite type of shoes? Retros.
No. Yes, think about it.
What's a ninja's favorite type of shoes?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Drake, you horrible.
Yeah, I told you I'm not good at
sneakers.
Womp, womp, womp.
That was funny to me.
You and my son with these doggone things.
It's hilarious.
He do this all. Hey, where you at?
Shout out to Aiden. How old is Champ?
9.
9 years old.
9 and about 13.
Okay. Shout out to my baby. Today is Imani's birthday. I got a whole 20-year-old.
Yeah, happy birthday, Imani. Yeah, for real though. 20, yeah.
I can't believe it. How did we get here? It's been a journey.
How we stay here?
I don't know if we gonna stay here, and I don't even think I want to stay here. I'm just giving you a little advice. Maybe it's different for dads and sons, but this,
I'm scared of daughters.
please be very afraid.
I have one of them when I'm about 50.
Boy, bye. You one of them?
I have one about 50.
Please don't be one of them.
A lot come on with having a daughter.
It does, and I'm sure your daughter's gonna beat you up. Both of our friends, V, he catching it. That little girl tearing them up.
Me knowing me,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing them, and then having a daughter. Oh man, please.
Mm-mm. Yeah, so I have to say, shout out to my co-host Jessica. She's taking a moment tonight. She said, "Thank you, Drake, for giving her a break tonight."
Jessica, I got you.
Also, shout out to Dave Bishop with the Detroit Choice Awards.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The Single Mommy Hustle podcast has been nominated for one of the 2021 favorite podcasts for the Detroit Choice Awards. I couldn't believe it.
Man, I've been following. Shout out to Single Mommy Hustle, first of all, the podcast. I mean, to be nominated, to get nominated for anything by your peers.
Yeah.
By the people.
That part.
Part. Like I mean, the Grammys and the Image Awards and the Oscars and all of that, has all been all of our brains since we was young and kids. But Emmys and all that stuff. But to get nominated by things for, and I say but because actually some of those shows actually you are nominated based off of your peers. Actually, so let me correct that. But to be nominated by your people right from where you from because they paying attention to what you're doing. And I'm using that to preface too, like I've been following Dave Bishop probably.
Come on, I was just about to mention it.
Yeah, for I know a decade for
that part.
Easy.
That part, he's awesome. Yeah,
and that was the first. Like I call him. He's like the how Dapper Dan is to Harlem.
That part.
Yeah, that's how I look at Dave Bishop. You know what I'm saying?
I love Dave. I remember way back when I used to throw parties at Ambiance when Ambiance first opened. Mm-hmm. I think it's like 211 Congress now or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was doing parties in Atlanta and Detroit, and he would allow me to call him. Like he's so open, you know what I mean? Like he's not, even though he is who he is, he'll still take your call.
But he did the same thing to me, and this is what would be hilarious. I don't know him from a can of paint, and he wouldn't even remember none of our conversations. Right. But I reached out to him.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so the twins, me following them, because I'm a club promoter in Miami at the time, but I'm one of the lowest fish in the pond, right? Or smallest fish in the pond. So I'm watching what the twins was doing here, and then following them put me on to Dave.
Okay.
So watching Dave now connecting Detroit and Detroit and Atlanta, and I reached out to Dave just on some like, man, groundwork, man, whatever I need, street team, whatever, whoop. And he wasn't like an unapproachable person. Like he was just straight, like gang, like free
regular
gang.
Yeah.
But showing how we are typically, I wasn't ready for what he was I was reaching out for it, but I wasn't even ready to take advantage of the opportunity.
Wow.
So I botched the whole thing, like looking back on it in retrospect,
And see, for me, being one of the only female promoters on the team with Ambiance, shout out to DJ Gert and that whole family, you know, AYV and Rade, all of us coming together, busting the city open, pushing parties beyond 3 a.m. Like, and I still was working a regular job and a single mom all at the same time. But I met so many people by being connected to Gert, you know. But
you said AYV, that's another one. Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid, for sure. Yeah. And I love everything you're doing. But I met so many people, and Dave, I was like, I want to do parties in Atlanta and Detroit. I want to do rap battles in Detroit and Atlanta. I want Detroit artists and Atlanta artists, you know, the best of the best. And he was like, whatever, you know, he gave me so much wisdom and so much advice. And I can call him anytime. So I'm just blown away. Like, how? You know, I actually found out because on Imani's birthday post that I made, somebody said, oh, I voted for you. They didn't wish her a happy birthday. They said, I voted for you. Congratulations. I'm like, you voted for me for what? And what are you talking about? Send me a link. So then I also got another message in one of my national cohorts from Renisha Odorji, who pushed me to even start the Single Mommy Hustle podcast. Mm-hmm. Like, Ericka, you was nominated. And I'm like, why is everybody telling me, where is it at? I got to see it. So I'm just so excited just to see, you know, what we've been able to do since August.
Yeah, it's confirmation. Yeah, to keep going.
Yeah, grind harder.
So we not gonna spend no time on this. Well, I shouldn't say we not. This your show, but
no,
we don't spend a lot of time, of course, talking about the pandemic and all of that. But again, just you, myself, everybody that had the gumption enough to jump something off during this.
It was deep.
And you doing it good enough that people are saluting you for it.
It take a team though.
No.
You know, you can't really do a lot of stuff on your own. Like me, you was talking about earlier. You know, when we take this leap of faith and become full-time entrepreneurs and chase down your goals, you have to be able to figure out who can do what and delegate that authority. You know what I'm saying? And make sure, you know, you're just kind of overseeing. But, you know, I don't take it lightly. A couple changes had to happen. And I'm blessed. I'll just say that, to say the least. I'm blessed that, you know, people are still pouring in and helping and putting hands to the plow. So when I win, we win, you know. Great team meeting today that just motivated me to keep going, because I was feeling like just throwing in the towel on so many different levels. But like I said, we on the uphill climb. You know, right now it's a little steep, but the curve gonna flatten out. That's what they told us with the pandemic. The curve gonna flatten out, and when it flatten out, we'll be okay. But it's some blessings on that climb. Yeah. So we just gotta keep going. Oh, somebody said they voted. Thank you. But anyways,
we gotta share. We gotta make sure we gotta share that and put that out there some more.
Yeah, I am. But Drake, I heard you got nominated for something too.
Yeah.
Don't be like that. You so extra with it.
Nah, I'm not extra. I'm still processing.
Two. Go on it too.
I'm still processing.
Show bad so.
So I don't know, and I don't, be honest, I'm not fully. I've researched it, but yeah. So just whoever nominated me, because I don't know who even did it.
Right.
But I'm flattered by somebody to nominate me.
Right.
But yeah, it's called. Is it Future Chef? Is that what I said?
I don't know. You made me look at it.
I should. Whoa, I should be ashamed of myself.
Drake, you extra.
Yeah, I know, but I don't. You know.
It is called Favorite Chef.
Yeah, Favorite Chef. No, and no disrespect. I'm sorry to
no disrespect
chef.
at all.
I just don't. I'm not a big celebrator of myself.
But the voting will start later on this month. I think it said the 16th.
Yeah, I think so.
So when you post it, I'm posting, I'm sharing it. We're going to try to get our community to get on board with that. And I'm so proud of you. You know I am.
Thank you.
You know I am.
And I know, yeah. I just, the funny thing about it is just, so let me make sure I do this, because I didn't do this last time. And I really want to, because she might be listening. I'm hoping let me get myself together. Man, I done been through so many career fields. Mm-hmm. And I did a fair job in all of them, actually, you know, but it's funny that you circle back to something as basic as cooking. Mm-hmm. So that basic goes back. Now I'm like, okay, well, when people say, like, actually this app, the profile I had to fill out when they sent me saying that I was selected for the competition, or for the award, I should say. How long have you been cooking? And I literally put 7.
7 what? 7 days?
7 years old.
Okay.
Right. And I'm really not lying. Like, that's genuine, you know? So when I tell people that, and that don't mean like, okay, I'm in the kitchen by myself cooking all the meals, right? But it was like, nah, like my first experience and a lot of stuff I use now was my father being at work or at practice, and by him being in DPS, that meant 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then I would go to my practices 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So in that 2-hour window, that was my mother picking me up from school, taking me home, and it was like a very fast paced. Take care of business, sit down, do your homework, and you gotta do all that before you go to practice. If I didn't do that, I couldn't go to practice. But in the meantime, hand me that such and such out the cabinet. If I was done, it's like, look, get that. I'm gonna show you how to fold this chicken. And it started like that. So much so that by the time, okay, well, I got a half day or whatever, I'm out of school and they not, and I'm hungry. I couldn't go nowhere, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay.
That part.
Yeah.
Let's not skimp on those values. Because when we had half days, we couldn't go out the house either.
Yeah, you couldn't go out the house.
Yeah.
And then even if I did, like I'm growing, at the time, we on Buckingham and off Harper.
I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, this Harper is for y'all. Well, I don't even know, so I ain't gonna that take too much time. But only thing off of Harper was like, you had to walk all the way up to Cashew. Well, no, Houston Whittier, you had Taco Bell back in the day. But other than that, you had to walk up to Cashew for Wendy's. And I was raised off of home-cooked food anyway, so I've never really even now, I'm not a fast food person. So if I'm at home, I had to cook. But I'm relying on all of those skills that, you know, she had shown me. So then it's funny, like now years later, I've been through various kitchens, and I was a restaurant manager and bar manager in South Beach and hotel manager and all this stuff. But now running a restaurant, now the complete circle now, it's come full circle. My mom 2-3 days a week is in the kitchen with me. And like a couple weeks ago, we got to actually be in the kitchen just by ourselves.
Okay.
Like it's only happened once, because usually there's other staff members there. But we was in the kitchen by ourselves, and I took some pictures. Like she didn't know it, but I'm like sneaking pictures. And it's like, God, like, damn, like this is 7 years old in the kitchen at the house all over again. And I just really just took it in for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you have amazing parents, number one. You know,
absolutely.
Your dad gave me the best compliment I've had
with
in
the
a long
podcast.
time. Yeah,
I heard him.
He threw me off too. He threw me off, and I told Jessica, I said, "Girl, I got the best compliment today ever."
Yeah,
you know,
and he meant that. Like I could hear it in his voice.
I could feel it. You know, he was like, "I'm so proud of you, girl. Y'all keep," you know, and it lit me up on the inside. I was having a bad day. I've been having some bad months, and so that smile and that warmth that came from him, you know, I could see it through his mask.
And he don't do social media.
Yeah, he don't.
At all.
Oh, wow.
Like, so if he's on, he's intentionally going on to
and
Facebook.
I love it, and I appreciate it, Mr. Wilkins. But your mom, baby, powerhouse. We had one of the deepest conversations recently on some motherhood, and what I love about women like her. And I'm blessed and fortunate to have many women like her in my life. We were talking about one thing, but that overflow. You know what I'm saying? It was like, ooh, you kind of struck a nerve. You talking about my stuff right now. And that type of empowerment, that's what we need. You know, we need more women like that.
You got to meet Miss Renee. She done gifted me somebody on a low that I didn't, it wasn't intentional.
Who is Miss Renee?
auntie. Like,
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
Miss
really
Renee.
it didn't. I'm serious. I never knew this woman before. Shit, excuse me. I'm sorry, but 3 months ago, and I'll be almost now waiting for her to come in. That's so when I'm in the you might not saw this, but there may be someone that's very fly, a lot of swag, gear, fresh is off on a whole nother chart. They sorors actually.
Okay.
And
Her and your mom?
Yep, she'll be
Okay.
standing in the corner, just chilling. She I don't VIP too many people, but she's on that level.
That's what's up.
But just so much just game and have no problem giving it away for free.
And that's how it gotta be.
Yep.
That's how it gotta be. You know, because how do we continue to cultivate those that come thereafter? That's one of my mottos. It's on my email tagline. My life is not my own, but for those that come thereafter.
Yeah.
And when I tell people that, it's not for just my children that I birth. I have so many inherited daughters, and inherited from my kid's father. You know, he got it outside, or other children, or whatever the case. And they call me mom. Their friends and their friends. But you have to be able to, you know, understand that your life is not your own. It's for those that come thereafter. And that's anybody. Anybody that you are able to come in contact with. You know, you deposit something. You should be depositing something. You know. You should be cultivating it too. If you're able to maintain. One of my neighbors, she has 3 daughters. And I love them so much. And one is a year older than my daughter. One is the same age. One's a year younger. And I get so excited when I see them. You know, like they own my own babies. And they all doing great things. And so when you have it in you, because it's been poured into you by people like Miss Kathy, you know, she's pouring into me and pouring into other women. You don't have no other choice when your cup is overflowing. You know, like my auntie Big C, we always talk about, always pouring into somebody's cup. You know what I mean?
But that's why I'll just say the project. I'm not gonna go into
The project.
no detail. But with what you signed on to do with Single Mommy Hustle and Supreme Transitions, for what we getting ready to do, that's why that was so important to me. The instant, and I know you feel like this too, the instant I got to a point where I had something to do, the next thing was like, what can I do for somebody else?
Yeah.
And that's a everyday thing, and because outside of money and all of that, that's what I get the most gratification out of. And I'm pretty sure you, off our conversations,
Totally.
you feel the same way. Like being able to, especially for younger people.
Yeah.
Older people, we stuck in our ways. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we are.
I ain't there yet.
Well, not.
Don't be calling me
yeah,
older.
I mean, not. But you know what I mean. But for younger people that get glanced over so much
And quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, because we look at the first thing people want to do. That's how you can tell. Actually, this is how you can tell you turn no when you start reducing all the younger people based off what they do, as if you did. The older people was talking about us the same way.
Yeah.
Exactly. But so now it's like, man, to get an opportunity to grab them and say,
On a relatable level.
without making them feel this big,
Yeah.
because they don't know.
Yeah. Or just need a reminder.
Yeah, so that's so huge to me. And I think that's the whole paying it forward. Like I think if you absent of that, you're wrong anyway.
I agree. Because now you just arrived, right? So God is done with you. God ain't gonna never be done with me. I'm trying to be like 112 at least. Yeah. Because I want God to use me up until ain't no more to be used.
And then let me do such a good job with these young people that when I'm out of here,
they still saying my name.
When my 9, yeah, exactly. But when my 9 becomes 19, and my 9 becomes 29, and my 9 becomes 39, that it's somebody out here gonna say, man, your daddy did so right by me, young fella. What you need? So I ain't gonna be here forever. I need to have had an impact on somebody that when my son needs, you know what I'm saying? When my son needs somebody, because he might not make all the right decisions. Or even if he do, we still need a door to be open. So
because we all do.
Period. This
I thank God for mine.
This world about who you know and who you didn't did right by. You know, so having do enough to where people will take care of my children in the event that I'm not here. You know, and grab them how I didn't grab something, how you didn't grab something. So, yeah.
What's your favorite song, Drake?
Song?
Yeah.
Now or period?
Period.
Whoa.
Or now. Whichever comes to mind first.
That's a good one. Period, I would say. Whoa. You did a number on me. Honestly, it's either Phil Collins in the Air Tonight.
Really?
Yeah. Or it's something by Michael Jackson. But I just don't know. I don't know how to say which Michael Jackson. It's too many.
It's way too many Michael Jackson songs.
Yeah.
Man.
And I know them all, but it's too many.
Now we talking about songs and favorites. What about this foolishness at the Super Bowl?
What?
The Weeknd.
Oh.
What you mean, what? This foolishness at the Super Bowl. First of all, I was all distraught because I was all Kansas City #1. But when this man came and wasted our precious pandemic time, I was like, I cannot. I'm done. This is a sign. It's over.
So you didn't like his performance?
Absolutely not. What do you mean? You liked it?
I didn't even put that much into it. but though, I will say it scared me a bit.
Because he was weird. He already looked like The Mask.
See,
like
remember when
Carrey?
social media a couple months ago showed that picture of him doing the yeah, and obviously it didn't happen for real, but that was what was in my mind, so I couldn't get past that. I kept seeing him as what I saw on there,
right?
And I just couldn't get past this. I couldn't even enjoy the performance.
I looked up at that screen. I said, first of all, because me and Jessica was together, Jessica said, he paid 7 M's. I said, not to wear that big ass ugly jacket and them rumpled up shoes.
It was definitely different.
It was beyond different. It needed to be avoided.
Yeah.
But I heard his streaming went up behind that.
These days.
That's all the people that didn't know who he was. All the others.
That and numbers are not based off, like numbers and quality is not a direct correlation of each other. So
that part, that's real.
That's just in everything.
But I'm still heartbroken. I did not want Tom Brady to win anything.
This time I did.
What?
And I was never a Brady fan before now.
Why? So why? I don't care.
Because that's like Blue Cross. Well, that's like St. John Hospital, what do you call it? Ascension Health System or something saying, you too old. You can't cut it no more. You hear me? You can't cut it no more. And we appreciate you. But we're trying to get ahead of this thing and move forward. So we're going to start clearing the house and making something new. And now you got to go over to Oakwood. I'm just naming something. No, I'm not being.
We are not disrespecting any of these hospitals.
Either one of the hospitals. But you got to go over to the other health system. And then you go over to that one and you become CEO. And in year one. Actually, I don't even think you can say a full calendar year, actually.
Okay.
And he goes from that. Now Oakwood is the #1 health system in the state of Michigan. That's what he did.
I can't stand it.
You can't. There's nothing that like Joe Montana is the greatest quarterback of all time.
That's what we say.
But it's getting to the point. I ain't even getting. It didn't get to the point. You can't argue it no more, man.
He do have talent. However, I wish somebody would have just. What was her name? Nancy Kerrigan.
Hit him in his knee. Yeah, dude is. I'm careful with the GOAT and all that stuff. These people use that like they blowing
Now,
tissue.
I will
right
say
now.
I didn't like how they tried to spin it and compare him to other black athletes in different fields. So now I start seeing stuff like he's not the greatest, Serena is the greatest. He's not the greatest, all these other black people. Like, don't do that. I did not like that at all.
I only caught pieces, and I just caught them like a couple days ago, so I haven't really looked. I did see one like that where it was like he's not in a relation to Serena or Jordan or any of them things, and they related it to individual sports.
But I feel like it's different. It's a different sport. Let's keep the main thing the main thing. That's how I feel.
I hear
If you dominating in your sport, let's talk about your sport. Let's not try to say, oh, the best golf player, you ain't beat the best golf or the best racquetball. You know what I'm saying?
To your point, like if you want to use a Serena,
she is the best.
Yeah, that put now. See, like when you get to talking about the Serenas of the world, I think that far transcend your, like, how do I say this? Serena is, that's not just a Tom Brady's a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Serena's,
she's a competitor.
Yeah, well, but it's
she's
not
a champion.
And and to like, you can debate who's arguably the best at a position. Like people are saying Tom Brady is the best quarterback of all time. Mm-hmm. No, Serena is arguably the best tennis player of all time.
That part.
Them two totally different conversations.
And that's why I'm saying keep it. Yeah. Let's keep this silo together.
That's a whole
It's not a competition.
Scenario.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
Yeah. So no one says Tom Brady is the best football player of all time. That's not even. It's never been mentioned. That's not even close. Yeah. That's not even nothing to even talk about. But you say Michael Jordan is the best basketball, not the best two guard. He's the best basketball player of all time. Serena's the best tennis player there is. Mm-hmm. So they in a different. And if she ran track,
I'm sure she'd kill that too, though.
I'm mad at her though.
Why?
She didn't give me a shot.
Oh boy, bye. When did you meet her, Drake?
She didn't give me a shot.
When did you meet her?
I got close though.
When? Drake, in your imagination, it was just my imagination.
She could have waited a little bit longer before she made that decision. You know exactly what decision I'm talking about.
Wait a minute. So you seen her in the Beyonce video talking about, boy, bye. You thought you took it personal?
She could have waited.
I ain't sorry.
She could have held on. There was a couple of us more out here.
Man, please. She ain't think about y'all little Detroit boys.
Man.
Y'all D boys.
Come on now, Serena. Come on home.
Come on home.
I'm waiting on you. I'm here when you get here. You hear me talking to you?
You did not put on a voice for Serena. In Cali. You better go on out there. I love California. You know I'm a California girl.
You know what, man? Anyway, don't get me started on that.
I was born in California. I'm a military brat. Camp Pendleton Military Base.
Where else should have been outside of Cali being a military brat?
I'm sorry?
Where else should have been outside of, other than Cali being a military
My
brat?
sister was born in Hawaii on the military base.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom, God rest her soul, my mom used to always say we were her personal keepsakes and memories from the different places that she traveled as being my dad's wife. But yep, I was born in California. My sister was born in Hawaii. On military bases. We're supposed to have it on our kick it with my sis list, bucket list of places we're gonna travel together.
That's on my early 2021 second quarter. I'm going back out there. Yeah.
Where? Cali or Hawaii?
Cali, Silicon Valley.
I'm trying to go. Oh, Silicon Valley. You making some moves, or you just visiting?
Yeah, bad. I'm very,
Get it.
Very, very, very much on tech.
Get it. I know you are.
Yeah.
I know you are. Get it and let me know. Yeah, the last time I went to LA, we stayed right outside of Oprah's house, but in an Indian Reserve retreat up in the mountains. Now I want to go back, but I want to do like a hood tour when I go back.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, it's not. Me and my sister talked about taking my daughter. I was gonna say our daughters, my daughters on a hood tour in New York, because me and my sister have been in New York several times for business. But when we had a moment to sneak out and do some things, we was like, man, it'd be so dope to just do like a Spike Lee tour. You know, all the scenes that he's filmed movies or different murals. I took my daughters to Brooklyn though to see Biggie Smalls mural at his brownstone. That was dope.
Is it the brownstone where he grew up or something?
The one he grew up in, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did get to do that, and then I took him down where Jay-Z talk about the quarter waters. I'm a little hazy right now.
Annie.
Down, yep, and it's a little school. We didn't have time. Me and the girls didn't have time, but we was trying to find where Nicki Minaj was talking about. Imani knew.
I kind of did. Well, not some. I saw 560 State Street.
Okay.
You know, that's not too far. Well, damn it, catty corner from the Brooklyn Nets arena.
Yeah. When we stayed in New York, we were in Soho, and then we were right in the heart of New York, and we could walk to Times Square from our hotel. But I want to do a hood tour in California. Got to go see Nipsey Hussle.
I was thinking about that too. Like, you know, unfortunately, I think, and this could be a rumor, I don't know, but I think they closed.
Well, we still got to go see all the stuff and all that.
I'm just
stuff,
saying that just because I tried to order something the other day.
Oh, wow.
The website's open.
Okay.
But just everything I tried to order, they was sold out. But then I couldn't contact nobody. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the store is closed. Something went on or whatever the case. And I could be wrong. Maybe what I was reading was a rumor, but
I hope not.
I would like to go.
Because he worked so hard for that.
Yeah, I would like to go out there just to see.
And I want to see the Kobe mural. I want to go see all of the things.
Yeah. Yeah, that would. I mean, so you sparked something in me, and this is already what you were saying, but could you imagine like taking relative lyrics from various hip hop songs, and then going and visit?
I'm talking about a whole hood tour. Like that's what I want to do.
Yeah, that would be dope.
I want to do that. I got to do it.
Could you imagine though doing that and looking at somebody listening to it and going, and then they was lying?
Like, that is not
like,
here.
Damn, he ain't even here. What you say?
You know what? Khalif Browder.
Yeah, man. That story, dude.
I wanted to take my daughters up to see his mural, but it was so far away. It was almost like 2 hours away from where we were staying, but I really want to get up there and show him some love and honor and respect. That story.
What do you think about that?
Oh, my God. Drake, do we got time? Khalif Browder, champion. I mean, that's our hood. In every city, every state, he told our story of injustice on how black men and that cash bail system does not work. It does not work. Y'all turned a regular teenage boy into a monster to the point that he couldn't cope and he killed himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a tragedy beyond tragedies. And I feel like not enough people have been held accountable for his death.
So, I don't know how much time we got, but that might be a perfect segue. I think that so we, obviously, this is based off our conversations.
Yeah. Just how we kick it.
Yeah, just how we kick it. And we kick it often about trauma.
Yeah.
I don't even know where coming off of Khalif that would go. But one thing that I was big on with listening to that story, man. So you mean to tell me, and this is very, very true, that being incarcerated. Now that was a shorter version of years. 'Cause, you know, we all know people that done did 15, 20, 25.
Still waiting.
Right, or still waiting or came home.
Mm-hmm.
But if it does that to you for that amount of time.
And the abuse from the correctional officers. We can't dismiss that. And the loud abuse. He was fighting for his life. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I mean, I just thank God that they were able to capture him before his ultimate demise, and he could tell his own story. And his mom, before she passed away, could tell their story, because storytelling is so powerful. And when you say segue, so next week on Thursday, our guest that'll be here, our topic is missing our Black fathers due to mass incarceration and over sentencing. You know, we got to talk about it. How do we live? How do we grow? How do we continue to evolve when the head of our households have been snatched away?
I'm gonna tell you how powerful that is. So obviously we already didn't divulge that I have both of mine.
Right.
Right.
I had both of mine until my parents were divorced. I don't know what it's like to not have my dad in my life.
And nor do I.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing gave me the glimpse. Follow me. Being without a father is so I want to choose my words carefully. Being without a father is so it unravels you, I guess, so much that by the time you meet someone with a father, and this is not all, it's not a blanket statement,
Right.
but for a lot, by the time you meet someone with a father, you're instantaneously jealous.
Yeah. And I don't know what that is.
And I'll be trying to figure it out. Like, I can't digest that.
I can't either.
What do you mean? How you gonna punish me for having...
I don't know what that is. And so
But that's
even
what shows
with
me how deep that must be.
That have never had that, I could tell. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling our guest next week, one of our guests next week, because he was like, your parents, I was like, yeah, my parents were married. They was married before I was born. You know what I'm saying? I lived in the house with both of my parents. They separated when I was in elementary school. But my dad never, with all of his ailments and issues, he never broke a beat with staying in contact and communication with us.
Have people ever thought that you were less or had it easier because you have both?
People have said to me and my sister, y'all got the same daddy? Yeah.
So just a bookmark on that for next week. For you to be asked that question lets you know just how psychologically damaging it is to not have that focal parent, because they view you as the enigma.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You're the anomaly.
Right.
And in your life, you're normal.
Are we normal?
And it's sad to say it for the rest of the world and most other cultures.
They'll never know.
Yeah, that's the norm. It's the norm for them to have both and stuff like that. So, yeah, different.
Very different. So I'm excited about what's coming next week. And as far as that nomination for the Detroit Choice Awards, I have to say thank you to Podcastic and Mr. Miles Dixon for giving us the opportunity with Supreme Transitions nonprofit organization to create this platform to share and empower and educate our community and talk about things like this. You know, I need to kind of negotiate 2 hours. Figure that out, because the hour goes so fast, and like we just now getting into our mode and our swing, how we really kick it when we talk. And I think we just tipped on the iceberg, you know what I mean, of what some of the things that we were going to get to.
But it's episode 1, very good introductory conversation.
Yeah.
So, you know, the people should, you know, be looking forward in the future to us doing us, but at the same time, of course, we have certain particular topics that we gonna address.
I don't know, Drake. I feel like
we not gonna tighten it up. We ain't gonna tighten it up.
I don't want to be stiff and rigid.
Yeah, I ain't saying tighten it up.
us.
I'm just saying, but it'll be plenty of substance from week to week.
I mean, yeah. Look at Miles.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we're not gonna hold y'all hostage or whatever. We know we had a little late start. And we thank you all for tuning in. We thank you for your support. Drake, tell the people who you are and where they can find you at, the location of your business.
Champ's Delicatessen is located at 1429 Gratiot Avenue inside of Gratiot Central Market. You can find us also on IG, well, actually all social media platforms at Visit Champ's Deli. That's Instagram, Facebook, same thing, web oriented. But I'm a hugger, even in the middle of the pandemic. Come see me. Let me squeeze your neck. Let me feed your belly. You know what I mean?
And the food is good. You know, I be craving my soups. I need soup, Drake. I can't eat too much of anything.
we didn't open it all the way up now. You got these soups, complete salad bar and salad
Yay.
station. You know, vegan options coming. We still doing plenty of our corned beef and pastrami and things like that.
Baby.
We're gonna open the hours up to 7 now in the morning compared to opening at 10 when we open the coffee station.
Let me say this. 2 things. That chicken gumbo did something to my soul. I can't eat rice, but I tore that rice up in that chicken gumbo.
She has people coming as far as up north.
Wow.
But like Traverse City, eat close to here, Flint, but we had up north, Traverse City. I'm sorry, I can't remember the place with the Huntington. Places that I ain't even actually been.
It's good. Yeah. It's real good. And the oxtail soup is good too.
Oxtail soup on Saturdays, yeah.
Oh my God, I'd be happy to come down on a Saturday. So y'all go check out Drake and his establishment, Black-owned business in the Eastern Market at the Grand Central Market, Champ's Delicatessen. We thank you for supporting Supreme Transitions nonprofit, the Single Mommy Hustle. So much more to come. Next week, please do not miss our podcast. We're going to have the awesome and amazing Hakeem Crampton, a social justice activist and advocate for the African American community, on as a guest with a few others. Much needed to have that conversation on the disparities in the African American community when it comes to mass incarceration and over sentencing. So I'm excited. We'll see you guys next time. Please tune in on all social media platforms. You can see the replay of our show on YouTube. If you search podcast Single Mommy Hustle SMH, we'll come right to the top. Subscribe, like, and share. And we love you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.